Thursday, January 26th, 2017. The time is 7:05 or 19:05. This is the new year and the first monthly meeting of the Beech Grove Redevelopment Commission. I'm going to ask our members to introduce themselves, and then I will ask Mayor Buckley to do a formal swearing in of the members. I'll start to my right.
Kathy Chappell, Secretary.
Ron Moat, Vice President.
Donald Webb, President.
Jay Oswalt.
All right, and with that, I will ask Mayor Buckley to swear us in. Do we need to stand, sir? or-
Yeah, please stand and raise your right hand. And then I'll ask you to state your name, and then at the end, say, "I do." I state your name.
I, Donald Webb,
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Indiana, and that I will faithfully, impartially, and diligently discharge the duties of the Office of Redevelopment Commission for the City of Beech Grove, Indiana, according to law and to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
I do.
I do.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Okay,
Sign these.
My name.
we will sign these, and we should be official. While we're doing that, we have the minutes, they've been out on the website, but I will ask for approval of the November and then the December special meeting minutes regarding the bond, unless somebody has additions or corrections to that.
You make a motion. I wrote them, so.
I have to ask for a motion.
Okay. And one comes back to me.
Sorry, folks. There we go.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
So were there any questions on the minutes? If not, I'd ask for a motion to approve the minutes.
I make a motion to approve.
A second.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, with that, the first thing we have to do is this is the new redevelopment commission board. As we've been introduced, the Mayor Buckley has one appointment left to fill. And then the non-voting member, which is Rick Skirvin, he was out on business. He let us know, so he was not able to attend tonight. But with that, we will have to elect new officers as we do every year. So I guess we can do secretary first.
Nominate Kathy Chappell.
I will second, because she's good at it, great at it.
Sounds good to me.
There you go. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Kathy Chappell will be the RDC secretary again for 2017. Special thanks to her. She's been doing, what, 5 years now?
I don't know.
At least 5 years.
Position.
Something like that.
And a ton of minutes, a ton of typing. I can't tell you how pleased I am that I don't have to do it. And I am so thankful that she does it, and she does a great job. City of Beech Grove is real lucky to have her in that role. And then I guess the next one, we'll just keep going up the line. We'll do vice president.
I nominate Ron Moat.
Still want to do it, Ron?
Sure.
I'll second that motion if it's okay.
Sounds good to me.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Well, Ron will be vice president again, and again, Ron's been on since the same as Kathy,
Same.
2012. So going on 5 years now, and again, thanks to Ron for volunteering his time. It's a testament to people to stick in and his commitment to the city. So I want to thank Ron for all he does and stepping up as well. And the final one will be president.
I nominate Don Webb.
I second that.
That sounds good to me, too.
Good.
He's taking the smart role. Folks. Good job.
Not making waves.
Well, I'm the new man up here. I
Well, and we want to
proceeding to
welcome
make
you.
waves, so.
Well,
Absolutely.
I guess all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, well, then I will be honored and humbled to take the role as president again for 2017. I look forward to working with this board. 2016 for us was a very good year. We had lots of good things that happened, most notably, I think, the Greenway going forward. and we were able to start work on that and get that moving, so maybe we can move it up. Special thanks, this fall, Jeff Peters, who we talked to previously about but kept an eye out, and we were able to refinance the RDC debt and save a fair amount of money, almost $125,000 off the loan of the term, and we've now got it to where we can pay it off a little early, and it's put us in a much better position financially. And along with thanking Jeff Peters, I want to thank Robert Runn and his firm, Lewis and Capps. Robert organized all the paperwork, and yes, Robert's paid for it, but he's here at the meetings, and when we need something, he's the one person we can call and depend on, and if he doesn't have the answer, he will get it to us. He really worked tirelessly with Jeff Peters and the other people to make sure this happened. Again, saving the taxpayers and the city money, and Regions Bank, I want to thank them because, again, like Jeff said, Regions stepped up and really gave us a good deal when they didn't necessarily have to. And again, a good working relationship with them and the city. It's saving us money, and so going forward, we have a little extra money, got a good year going, and with that, I will first call up the paying of the bills. We got two invoices. We'll do the first one, which is a good one for $476.25. It covers Tim Showalter for $225 for our meetings from 2016, our sewer bill, and Jackson Lewis. Craig Wiley did some work with Robert on behalf of the RDC, so that $240 is to cover that portion of our bill. So with that, I'll let you all look at it if you want, but I will ask for a motion to approve the first invoice of $476.25.
I make a motion.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. The second one is a little bit more. It's $21,000, not $194.05. Within this invoice, just so I can explain to the people, there is, we contracted with Crossroads Engineers in 2016 to start the environmental portion of the Greenway because we had some money, and again, we could get a jump on it, so maybe we can jump up and get the Greenway completed a little early. But we had two invoices from Crossroads Engineering for $10,000 and $11,000. Those, we had approved up to 30, they used 21,000. And again, those were to cover the environmental portions and other services related to the Greenway. We also had the sewer bill, and I believe this one was probably January's, the other one was December's. And then Lewis and Capps, we had some other stuff, $182.80. That was outside the bond issue. That was some other stuff that they did for us. So that total is $21,194.05. At this time, I would ask for a motion to approve payment of that.
I make a motion to approve.
I ask for a second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, and those are the bills. So now, we can go with the mayor. If he has anything, we'd love to hear from him. Sure. It's been a while.
You know, my wife says the same thing. Had to get that in. All right, it's good to see you guys tonight. I was so thankful that the nucleus of the RDC is back, Don and Ron and Kathy. Obviously, we welcome Jay. But I think it's pretty relevant that you stay together, especially you three, because over the past 3 or 4 years, there's been some really good work done.
Thank you.
And I'm grateful for it as a citizen and certainly as mayor. But anyway, we have a lot going on. Nothing to report on the 2 buildings across from the hospital. It's still as it was since we've last spoke. The roundabout at Arlington and Churchman is progressing. We had our first quarterly meeting, and the consulting group is filing all the paperwork with NDOT for a status report. We really got some good news on that. The Citizens Gas is going to move their major utilities in that area away from the roundabout to obviously protect it. If you out there now, you'll see pipes sticking up out of the ground. All of that is going to be moved away, and that is a very, very expensive proposition. But they're doing that for us to accommodate this this roundabout. It's that important to them. So that's really good news, and we're working through that. The Greenway continues. We will meet next Tuesday with Trent and the design engineer to talk about some features of the Greenway concerning the hospital as well. So that's going on next week. Kinetrix Energy is in the process of being bought out by a company in Chicago. And that's actually good news for us because it's an investment company and they're going to obviously invest a lot of money in that property and then probably turn around and sell it again. But anyway, it's good news for us. We have a paving project this spring that we're going to do, and we are going to install sidewalks on Churchman Avenue on the north side from Emerson to the fire station. Not part of the Churchman Sidewalk program. This is totally different. This is to accommodate people coming in and out that want to get down to the bus stop. So that's going to be going on, and they go in front of the Beech Grove station that you folks did. So that's going to be a really nice improvement for that area. We've already done the road. Now we're going to come back with sidewalks in that area. The community crossing grant we received, it was deposited in our account about a week ago, and at the next board meeting, I think we're going to award the project, and it's the largest one we've done since we've been in office, so I'm very happy about that. The St. Francis project is going very well. We meet again with DLZ and the company Brandenburg. They're the company that's been hired to tear it down. We meet with them here in these chambers next Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock. You're welcome to attend. And the reason for the meeting is an update. It's starting to ramp up, and they'll be going full board this spring. They've already done a lot of work inside. You just don't see it. But it's starting to come together, and I've really been happy with them. They do exactly what they say they're going to do. They're timely, they're efficient, and it's a good project, and I think they'll do very well. And the last thing I want to talk to you about tonight is the Churchman Avenue sidewalk project. You folks had a hand in this, so I'm going to give kudos out to you because tomorrow is the final hurdle, and that is we had to buy a parcel of land in front of the Cambridge Square Apartments. And Bob's partner, Manny, has been working on this very diligently, and I was with him this afternoon to finalize it, and they close tomorrow. And that's the last hurdle. And that's been a very difficult process for some reason.
Incredible dealing with HUD.
Yeah. So, but anyway, if it all goes well, the project will be, the bid will be awarded March 1st. So, and then I suspect sometime late spring we'll start to see construction. So that will be a really, well, it's a $1.4 million project. And it's an excellent improvement for this area,
We even recognize Churchman Avenue.
you know. So that's good stuff. And we would never be able to do that through the normal budget process. We couldn't budget $1.4 million for sidewalks. We don't have the money. But through this avenue, we can. And I applaud the RDC. The RDC pitched in on this, so their kudos go that way. I think that's all that I wanted to talk about. I have one appointment that I'll make, but I wanted to wait to see what happens. Probably first of next week, and then I'll make an appointment. I don't want you to be shorthanded. So any questions?
Is there any thought on like Thompson Avenue getting replaced? I don't know, do we own part of that, or is that all Indianapolis?
No, that's all Indianapolis.
'Cause that road is really falling apart, and I mean, it's getting bad.
We're going to, this fall, when they do what they call a call for projects with the MPO, we're going to put in for funding for sidewalks through that area. We didn't do it last November because I didn't want to spread our finances too thin. And I wanted to make sure we took care of what we've got. Now, when the Churchman Avenue sidewalk project will come off the books this year, then we can go again with something else.
I just know that's a critical area for sidewalks, and I thought if they were putting in sidewalks, they could put in a new road, because the whole bed of that road is just collapsing, literally.
I agree with you, but I think when they do it, I think they'll widen it.
Well, that would be nice too. And I remember you talking about Alton and how they just overpaved it and it came apart a few years ago. I noticed they did the same thing behind the new McDonald's, and the road that they had that runs behind McDonald's and Steak and Shake. They did that this fall, and it's already coming apart.
That's why, Don, and that's an excellent point. That's why it's taken us a little bit longer to get through the city than I wanted. But you got two choices. Put that much asphalt on it and as a Band-Aid and let it crack again in 2 years, or take the whole thing out and start over and let it last 15 to 20. We took the route of take the whole thing out and start over. So we've invested more money, but it's going to last longer. And
you'll save money in the long run, which is good, smart, efficient government.
yeah, so one last thing I wanted to see if you guys would be interested in doing it. We're going to do it whether you folks want to participate or not. The street lighting on Emerson, which is in a TIF district, we got a really, really, really good deal from Power Light to change all of those lights out to LEDs. They're not now.
Right.
So the whole ball of wax is probably, with rebates, less than $8,000. The lighting that we have on Main Street was put in 13. It's 17 now. We haven't changed a bulb yet. It's all LED. And Power Lights says that we will save enough money in 2 years of billing to pay for those lights. It's about an $8,000 investment. I wanted to see if the RDC would be willing to go halves with the city to do it.
When would they do it, Dennis?
They're going to do it within the next couple of weeks.
Are they gonna be fancier, or just?
No, just light bulbs. They're switching the fixtures to LED.
Oh, yeah, then me personally, I must be with the board, but yeah, I absolutely would do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
I mean, it's gonna pay for itself. Again, it's an improvement of the city. It'll save the city costs. And to me, this is what the RDC can do, because, again, the citizens benefit, the city benefits.
Power Lights tells us that we will save, if we put LED lights and all those lights on Emerson there, between the railroad tracks and Churchman,
Right.
we will save $3,700 a year in electricity.
Wow, that's
That's
a
what I'm
lot.
saying. The whole city should switch to
Will
it.
the illumination level be comparable to what it is
Yes,
now?
might be better.
I will tell you, we did that in our house when we switched from a old fluorescent bulb fixture in our kitchen to an LED. My wife says it was like in the sun when we first turned it on, and it uses a quarter of the power.
So I would ask for a motion to approve to pay half of the cost.
$4,000?
or you could do it not to exceed 4,000.
Well, it's up, I guess I'll make a motion to go half with the city on LED light replacement on Emerson Avenue, not to exceed $4,000.
There you go.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
Thank you. Yeah, Brad is heading that up, and we talked, today's Thursday, Tuesday about it, and they had gotten back with him. As a matter of fact, the Churchman Avenue sidewalk project, you know, every one of those lights on the south side of Churchman has to be moved to accommodate the,
Yeah,
so, it was gonna cost us an additional $115,000 to do it. So we said, well, why don't we just, how much would it cost to take them all out? Just take them all out. And he said it wouldn't cost anything to take them all out. I said, okay, let's take them all out, but let's go across the street on the existing poles. How much would it cost to put up new lighting on each one of those poles? They come back today and said it won't cost you anything. So, they're gonna take all the lights out and put them on the other
both
side
the
of the road.
LEDs, or?
I don't know yet. We haven't got that far.
I was gonna say, Mr. Mayor, that's something I'd look into, and if they could replace those with LEDs while they're putting them up there, you know, I'd be willing, if you came back to us, I'd be willing to help you on that, because again, the costs are.
Well, we're not gonna be out any money. We just saved $115,000.
That's what I'm saying, but you know, if they could replace, I mean, to me, any light fixture that's replaced should be replaced with an LED, because they are just as bright and they're a lot cheaper. I mean, it's clean, you know, it's just a smarter move.
Yeah. So,
Dennis, tell me again where the lights are that I was writing.
on Emerson Avenue,
Okay.
from north of Albany, there at the railroad tracks,
Mm-hmm.
go south on Emerson to Churchman. All of those lights through there.
Okay.
And there's a bunch of, if you go down through them now, there's 3 or 4 or 5 out,
Yeah.
and they always go out.
Right.
So by doing that, I think we'll, and I'll pass that information on to Brad.
Okay. One thing I think I'd mentioned, or I thought about, the last master plan for Beech Grove, as far as I can remember, is 2006. Do we want to think about maybe getting a group together or revitalizing that on what we would think Beech Grove would look like in 2027? I think it's probably time for us to look.
It
at
is,
that.
it's, no, I would come up with a new comprehensive redevelopment plan. And the board, you folks can do it, and I would include, my input to you would be to include greenways, anything that would draw millennials.
Right. Well, I mean, if you think about it, Beech Grove is kind of set up to draw millennials, because millennials want smaller houses. You know, like, you look at the popular shows, tiny houses. And that's one thing Beech Grove has an abundance of, is small homes. And, you know, but the problem is those small homes, landlords can buy them and they make them rentals. And we have, you know, I'm not saying that's a horrible thing, but it's not permanent residence. It creates more of a transient residence, which doesn't help our community or our schools. But I'm hoping with the Greenway and other things that it'll increase the value of properties to where maybe, you know, we can get more permanent residents. But I think I think we need to either start looking at that or putting resources towards it. But I'm not sure how we do that, because again, the RDC is limited on resources. But it's something I think is important for us to look at.
But having a new comprehensive redevelopment plan that can be followed for the next 5 years that would be very good. And one last thing, you think about all this, we will do over $2 million in infrastructure improvements this year and not have any debt. So, it's crazy.
Well, that's a good thing.
It is.
It's really good.
Yeah. Think about it. You know, so it's good stuff. We're doing okay. So, all right, any questions?
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
Meetings. Trying to get this meeting tonight. It was easier to bring the Palestinians and Israelis together. I mean, it was just, with schedules and stuff, it was just very difficult, so.
What is your schedule? Are you still involved?
I'm still on the parish council, so the third Thursday, I cannot do it.
Okay, so.
Wednesday nights are court night here, so we lose Wednesday nights. And then I guess certain Tuesday nights, they also have meetings here. Board of Works,
No.
because I tried to do a Tuesday night and they said we couldn't have it.
Well, that was an isolated incident.
Okay,
The Board of Works, the council meets the first Monday of each
right.
month. And the Board of Works and Board of Sanitation meet the first and third Mondays unless there's a holiday. If it's a holiday, then they meet on Tuesday. So the night that you guys are gonna meet on Tuesday, and you couldn't do it because there was a board meeting, that was an isolated incident. That only happens like twice a year. So you can theoretically meet on Tuesday.
So well, I'd ask you guys, because Tuesday and Thursday seem to be the nights we can meet, you know, to pick one just to get it on the routine.
I can do it on Tuesday, but only the first of the month because of the Alumni Association.
Right.
I'm good with that.
Jay?
I can meet except the third Tuesday, and that's Promoters Club.
So
So, yeah.
the first Tuesday of each month we can
First or
meet.
second Tuesday, whichever.
You can't do the second Tuesday, right?
No, I can't do the
So
Oh,
the
third.
okay,
second
I'm sorry,
Tuesday's
I'm
out,
sorry.
But it goes to the first Tuesday. Do we want to do Tuesday or do we like doing Thursday?
I really don't have a preference.
I don't have a preference because I can do either the first Tuesday and then we'd have the first Thursday, second Thursday open too. You sometimes have,
The last Thursday of the month.
okay, so,
I'm tied up.
but the first and second Thursday we're still open, right?
Correct. For
So-
me.
So
They
which
are for
one's
me.
better for you? The only reason I'm hesitant on the first Tuesday.
Because it follows the city council meeting the night before.
Right, the city council meeting, and I think the school board has, somebody told me that the school board has a meeting on that Monday night.
So
to
then
do
let's
budget.
keep it Thursday.
So do we want to do the first or second Thursday?
I don't care.
Jay?
Either one's fine for me.
Ron?
No preference.
So everybody pick one.
Second.
Second,
Second.
Kathy?
That's fine. Second
Okay, so
Thursday.
then our next meeting will be February 9th, and then in March, it will be March 9th. So we'll go 9 and 9. That should make the meeting notices pretty easy. So from now on, the RDC will meet on the second Thursday of each month. Except June, we take June off for summer vacation and December for Christmas. So our next meeting will be on February 9th.
Need to have the website changed.
That, I will do that tomorrow. Robert, do you have anything for us? Or are we good?
Nothing separate. You might want to formally approve the attorney's fees that have already been paid out of the bond issue. I don't think we've ever acted on that because
I didn't realize we had to. I thought that was part of our approval in the
I
refinance.
guess in terms of that, if you treat that as approval,
That's how I treated it, that was all a part of that bond, you know, $37,000 in fees that covered you, Ice Miller, Jeff Peters,
Okay.
Regents. I just assumed that was all part of the refinance that we approved.
that's going to be part of the minutes of the December
Right.
meeting.
Robert, after I print the minutes, Don and I will sign them. Can I mail them to you at the office or wait till the next meeting? When would you, do you need them sooner?
Either mail them or scan and email them. I just have to get them to Ice Miller because they're bugging me about completing the transcript. Even though that we've already sold everything, they send out a transcript that,
Right.
I have a fax. Do you have a fax number I could send to?
yes, let me email that to you.
Okay. I'll fax them over. So you don't need the original signatures then?
No,
Okay,
I need them signed, but
right. Well, I'll print them tomorrow, sign them, and I'll touch base with Don somehow and get them over to
We'll
you.
figure it out.
I'll email you the.
I'm off Saturday, Sunday. I mean, I can come by your house or however you want
Okay.
to do it, Kathy, that's fine.
Talk football?
Yeah, I'm sure Mike's probably tired of that by now.
Oh, I only wish.
Well, anybody have anything else?
No, I'm excited about your new lights. That's our first new project for the 2017.
Please.
Sure.
So who are the complete members then? I was.
You're looking at them, minus Rick Skirvin.
And
Rick,
Rick Skirvin came
he is the
from-
non-voting school board member.
Okay, he's a non-voting school board.
And then Dennis has one more appointment to make. And I'm sure it's gonna be a girl, so I won't be by myself.
Select not to come back, or,
I'm not sure.
okay, that's all right,
Well, you know, because the city council chose Jay over Mac.
yeah.
And yeah, that's the other thing. I wanted to thank Mac tonight publicly for her service. I really appreciate what she did. And I wanted to thank Janice and Tammy for their time on the board as well.
I called Janice
Yeah.
and Mac.
So, yeah, so they were notified, but, you know, again, I do thank them, but I don't, like I say, we don't have a lot on our plate this year. I mean, we've got a little more money now because, like, our bond holding went from 580 down to, what was it, 240, so we freed up a little money, not that I wanna spend it, but if there's opportunities, I guess, to be more aggressive on the greenway as far as moving it along, or the other thing is with St. Francis, I don't know what types of opportunities are gonna come out of that.
I just think that, when they redid we did it in stages, when they redid the old Alverno building, now it's nurse service.
Right.
They did some updates. Now it's much better. And then they moved over to the medical art building, and the office space, they completely remodeled, and it's much, much nicer than it was. Okay, so there's two buildings that are gonna be sustainable for a long time.
Right.
Forget about paying taxes, it's jobs. And now they're gonna look at the parking garage to redo it.
Oh, they are gonna redo it?
So, yeah, to relook at it. And then now they're dismantling the hospital. Okay. The key for me is that they do it right. And when it's all down and it's all gone, it's environmentally right. And then we'll find out what's gonna happen later on. But to me, that's, how we did it, it's very time consuming, but it was done right.
Well, I mean, the problem is it was built in the wrong time period. I mean, when it was built when asbestos was the popular thing, and nobody knew, you know, the downfalls of asbestos. I mean, and now we know the downfalls, and, you know, again, thank you, Franciscan, for doing it right. Truth is, and again, people talk about greedy corporations, Franciscan could have left that building there for decades. I just look what Indianapolis had to deal with, that hospital, Winona, or whichever one it was, that sat there for what, 10, 15 years? It was a squatting place for homeless, for drug addicts, and it took, the city ended up footing the bill to tear it down. So we've got a good corporate neighbor there.
Here was my fight, and, you know, they would have, they were too kind-hearted for their own good. They would entertain these people who want to come in and redo it. Okay. And so they had a half a dozen of those.
Right.
And I started demonstrating against it because what would have happened if St. Francis sold that properties to somebody or some company, then St. Francis goes out of the picture, and then this company, after 1 year, goes belly up, we're gonna be saddled with that building.
Right.
So, wait a minute. No, we're not, no, we're gonna fight. No, tear it down. Tear it down.
So is St. Francis committed to making, or have they made any commitments on that land?
Space.
So there's no chance that they would be willing to sell part of that for like residential,
We haven't had
commercial
those-
development?
We haven't had those discussions. The goal is to take it down right and get
Yeah.
it cleaned up.
And that's supposed to be done in 18?
18 months.
Dennis, the one level that connected the medical arts to the hospital,
Stays.
what's the purpose of it staying if there's not gonna be a hospital? I mean, what's it gonna connect to?
They want to accommodate the thinking ahead. And, yeah,
They said it was gonna be a lounge area, is that what they said? Kind of
It-
a lounge
yeah.
area, I don't know. I
but
thought
they're
it
gonna
was-
stay, they're not gonna tear
Yeah,
down.
I guess my thoughts are, I keep thinking about what Fishers has done by, where they gave up their city council land and they built these first floor, you know, commercial restaurant type little offices and second floor like nice apartments, condos. And boy, I could see a nice structure like that along 17th and then on the west side, redevelopment and something like that on the, you know, as well. I mean, I don't know what we have to do to make that happen, but there's where I think the RDC could have an, you know, with finding the right people, if St. Francis was eventually willing to do that, that would be an excellent opportunity for improvement in Beech Grove.
But I just think it's on the right path, they're doing it exactly right, and I think the end product's gonna be good.
Oh, I do too. I mean, like I say, again, we are truly blessed that they didn't sell it. We are blessed that they are taking it down right. You know, I look at some of these other cities that have got abandoned hospitals and you can Google it and they're horror stories. you know.
Richmond's got one, don't they?
Yes.
It's been in the news.
Say Richmond.
Richmond, Indiana, I believe.
And that was a hospital that was taken over by a group because they wanted to try to develop it into something else. And they went out of business and now they are stuck with a war zone looking hospital that the city doesn't have the money to tear down, and it's just gonna sit there until it comes back into the earth in 150, 200 years or something. So, I don't really have anything else unless you guys do.
No, just a couple comments. In terms of looking at amending the redevelopment plan, I think that's probably eventually gonna take a series of work sessions. Not in this sort of
Right.
setting, but where everybody's down
I agree.
here and get, really, and bring in some of the constituents depending on their areas of expertise or their interest. And along with that, and I know that Janice is no longer with us, but if we're ever gonna look at beautification, that can be a part of that same
I agree.
process.
I was thinking maybe we could either try a late spring or possibly like early fall to start this. Maybe we start lining things up in the spring. I mean, we had that report from Frank, I can't pronounce his last name. Thank you. You know, we spent money on that. It gave us information. I do think it's time to look at our comprehensive, and look at what we can do, where the city can evolve demographically, because, you know, we face a lot of challenges in that there's still urban sprawl going on, and we want to attract and keep good quality residents in Beech Grove, you know, and Beech Grove has changed since I was in high school some 30-some years ago, and that, you know, it's a different class. I mean, when I was in high school, everybody's dad worked at GM, Ford, Chrysler, the hospital, where, you know, the moms worked, and I mean, it's just, it's times have changed and people have changed, and, you know, we have to adapt our plan, because even if you look at the 2006 plan, the city looks nothing like the 2006 plan, and the demographics from 2006 to now have drastically changed, so, you know, it might be something that we've got the money, we can invest in and take a look at, and I'll start trying to work on that in the next month or so and get you guys, you know, in on it too, but, yeah, I agree, like when we had that one kind of work session, I think maybe we find someone to help facilitate this and move it along, but I do think it's important.
Dennis, do you have the opportunity to meet with Next Stop Beech Grove when they have meetings? I just wondered where they were with.
I haven't been in the last couple of meetings. It's not, we have to be clear that Next Stop Beech Grove is not a city government function.
Oh, I know, of course.
And we've been declared, our city's been declared a Main Street city. And they are lining themselves up to apply for a OPRA grant
Right.
for the Main Street redevelopment. That's where they're going now.
Okay.
It'll take them about a year to get there, but I think they'll get funding for it.
I think they'll probably qualify. I know Diana wants to speak at our February meeting.
Right.
Not sure what we're gonna talk about, but I know she wants to be here.
But, I'm not involved in it per se. I support it, and I have privately donated to
Right,
it,
I knew.
but I don't want to be in the middle of it.
Smart move.
I just wonder if you knew what currently the status was.
Yeah, Oprah came in last week, and they interviewed me and 3 or 4 other people about the direction of the city and what you would like to see and things such as that. And that's all to get in line for their budget.
Good.
One last question. What's the new building going in down there at the corner of Thompson and Emerson?
Dentist office.
Wow. I was sorely hoping for like a McAllister's.
Wouldn't that be
Did we
grand?
lose a tenant since our last meeting? It appears to me that the Mascari building right there behind Heimel's is vacant.
It may be, I'm not sure.
And they've had people in there with laundry and stuff since I moved into Beech Grove 30 years ago.
I don't know. I'd have to go down and look at it.
Windows
I
are
had
painted
noticed.
over and blacked out.
Did the meat market sell? Didn't they have an auction on that? Did it
Yeah.
sell?
The meat market sold for $84,000, plus there was a 10% contingency that they had to put down, plus I think 1 year of back taxes or something like that. I don't know.
Now, whoever bought it, are they business owners or they buy it as an investment, or do you know?
No, there was 3 guys who went in. 2 of them were involved with the Rocco on Brookville Road.
Oh, yeah.
So I think they want to have a restaurant in there or something. I've never spoke to them about it.
Yeah.
I didn't go to the auction. My information to you tonight is secondhand.
I think Jim Kaufman probably can answer your questions.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, any other questions, comments, observations? Jay?
No, I'm kind of getting the lay of the land here.
Well, we welcome you and we're glad you're
Thank you.
volunteering to serve. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
If nobody has anything else, it is 7:46 and I would ask for a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I make said motion.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned. We will see you February
just make
9th
the
at
motion?
7
Did you?
p.m. here in the City Council
Who seconded?
chambers.